You're watching the Springbok 4-day trophy tour, which is currently in Cape Town, making its way through Langa. Of course, as we saw earlier on, everybody trying to get a glimpse of the Springboks. People climbing onto roofs just to get a glimpse of their favorite Springbok. And of course, the Webb Ellis Trophy being paraded through the streets of Langa. A historic moment, really, for South Africa and for many children who are witnessing this for the very first time. There we go. We have the team members just having a moment together and, you know, just taking this all in. It's been an incredible 2 days. This is the second tour. Yesterday they were in Gauteng, and you know, the love across the country, just so palpable. As you can see there, that's the last stop there, Jakes Geval Street, before they finally reach Bonteheuwel, where they will then be wrapping up this tour, this Cape Town tour. It's been a day of a celebration. It's been a street party, really, across the city. Coben, I understand you are there, and of course you are watching these scenes. You are there with the people. What else are they telling you?
Exit of Langa here in Langibali Drive, where we are seeing a sea of Springbok supporters who have come out to see the Springboks pass through Langa. They have now just passed us here and left the Langa part, so they're moving over Jakes Geval Drive now. Just over there in the distance, you can still see the two buses. So they will now be moving over into Bonteheuwel. And as you can see, the street is full with Springbok supporters. People from all walks of life, young and old, who have all come out today to see their heroes live and to see them on the bus. We see also a large law enforcement contingent who are just also escorting the Boks as they move through Langa and also Bonteheuwel. Springbok supporters on that side, as far as the eye can see. Everybody coming out, and we've seen the supporters carrying the placards, wishing the Springboks well, celebrating with them, sharing in the joy and the excitement that the World Cup champions have brought to them. Beautiful scenes out here in Langa. We are seeing also people coming out, more learners are even backed up all the way back into Langa. So Cape Town has come out, and Cape Town is celebrating with the Springboks today. It's been an incredible experience. Beautiful scenes coming out of Langa and out of Cape Town today. We are expecting more crossings from more Springbok crossings and more coverage on the buses that are going now into Bonteheuwel. We do have a colleague there, Mariska Botha, who's standing by to bring us more from the Bonteheuwel side. We see all the learners, everybody still moving, everybody just hoping to see the Springboks. There's just so much energy and so much excitement out here in Langa. The vibe is electrifying. Such an amazing experience for this area, for the country, for the nation. The Springboks have done so much to bring everyone together. It's just incredible. And with that, it's back to you in studio.
Coben, I wonder if you can hear me before you let you go, and before we go to Mariska. You've spoken to some of those students, some of the students that are there, you know, who came from school. Some of them missed school. What did they have to say about this moment?
It's a bit loud out here, so I didn't quite catch that, but yes, indeed, we do have learners from various schools, if that's what you're referring to, who have come out to support the Springboks and to get a glimpse of their idols, their heroes, the Springboks, the four-time Rugby World Cup champions, the kings of international rugby, and beautiful scenes out here. We we'll be perhaps bringing more coverage later on as we move towards Bonteheuwel. And for now, all that we are seeing is this incredible show of support in Cape Town for the Springboks, for the Rugby World Champions, who have really done it, South Africa proud, who have really made the whole country happy and united the nation. So very, very incredible to see. And with that, back to you in studio.
Indeed, very incredible to see, and I like the fact that they have been uniting the nation. In fact, those are some of the words that Siya Kolisi has been echoing, you know, at the start of this tour, that they were able to be a united team through diversity, something that he wants to see being spread to the rest of South Africa, saying that, you know, the Boks demonstrated just how diversity can be a strength for the country, as it was for them. Of course, also encouraging, in fact, President Cyril Ramaphosa, that his cabinet can also, you know, promote diversity in the government, interchangeably, of course, talking about sports and what it essentially means and how it can galvanize South Africans, and which is incredible. And this is something that you and I, Craig, have been talking about, you know, across throughout the show, in fact, about just how incredibly united the country is around the Springboks because of this incredible feat that they have achieved.
Okay. Welcome back to Langa. The celebrations continue. I hope you can hear the dance, the music, the songs. Siya Kolisi, Jean Klein, Ibn Elizabeth. It's been some party. We've been here, it seems like, for. It's been slow moving, but it's been a good vibe and lots of great energy. Lots of kids. We've been a little bit worried once, but the traffic department have done a really good job, and so have the police. Siya has been in full force as well. The Springboks, it's been time. I'm feeling a little bit tired, a little bit bushed, but the crowd seem energized, and Siya and his they seem like they got lots more energy left.
Well, absolutely. Just talk to us, Craig, again. Just remind us about, you know, the next stop in terms of this particular tour, and of course the next couple of days. It's a 4-day tour, this being the second. And of course, what a moment there, Siya Kolisi lifting the Webb Ellis Trophy to the crowd.
Yeah, simply amazing. I mean, I saw him in 2019, and I think that tour was for 7 days, and he just had the energy every single day. And there he goes, and he just gets the crowd, and he's not a showman or anything. It's just that he wants to share the vibe. He wants to see the smile on people's faces, and the energy is just amazing. Certainly, if Siya finishes with rugby, he could be quite a politician, I tell you. Really bringing so much joy to so many people out there.
Absolutely, and I can hear the chanting there, Siya, Siya. And I mean, just talking about him being quite a politician, he's shown, especially after the win, incredible leadership skills in terms of just talking about how, you know, they stuck to the strategy, they stuck to the plan, and they made sure that, they brought the cup back home. Leadership qualities, I'm not sure if politics is something that he's going to be going into a little bit later on, but you're absolutely right.
He's so humble as well. He's got so much leadership. There's so much humility as well, and he's so grounded. There's so much diversity. Siya is a devout Christian, and I think that grounds him a lot. He can only be who he is, and he's got a lot of fame, and I'm sure he's got a bit of fortune as well, but he can only be himself, and I think he comes from such humble beginnings. And you're right, the leadership on the field, the leadership off the field, when he gets interviewed after the game, you can bet no matter how tough the game is, he'll always give credit to the opposition. He'll thank the French, he'll thank the New Zealanders. He really is amazing, and I don't think there are too many people just like Siya Kolisi in South Africa and rugby, but in world rugby as well. They all believe that no matter where they're from, that he is great for the game. They're comparing him to Mandela or something, the way he talks, because a lot of these countries, when we hear about the problems we have in South Africa and his story about going hungry and everything, a lot of these rugby players, it really is eye-opening for them as well. He touches a chord, there's that tinge of humanity, and we are so fortunate to have Siya Kolisi as our captain and to win the World Cup not once, twice. He will go down as one of the greats of South African rugby, of world rugby, and let's hope, Monati, that there's a third one in stock with him and with Rassie Erasmus in charge. Imagine having a third one.
Imagine that. And I mean, he did correct somebody earlier, saying that he was actually a two-time, Rugby World Cup champion captain, which was a significant moment for him, of course, because he must be incredibly proud. But Craig, I'd like to put you on the spot. I mean, we've been asking people throughout the day what this win actually means for them. I mean, when you watched the final, what was going through your head when we won?
I am a rugby nut. I've been watching every game. We've been having people watching it with us as well, and I'm so on my nerves. I really thought they played so well against France, but against England, they looked shot, they looked tired, and we were 9 points down with 10 minutes to go, and we managed to win that game. And so I was a bit worried about the final, but they managed to recharge their batteries and get up once more. I was actually thinking that even if they had lost, that to win a World Cup final and to make another final, but they went on and won it. And it's amazing also, Nati, there's a lot of sport has so much joy and so much highs, but there can be so much heartbreak. The French were absolutely distraught when they lost. So were the English. The New Zealanders are still crying about the referee. It's such a fine line and it's such a fine margin. But it's like our South African team, we're the team that don't know how to lose. We don't know how to lose at all. So it really is amazing. We should be very proud to have these Springboks who support us.
And I mean, we talk about so many highlights, during the entire Rugby World Cup, this particular one, without obviously just only focusing on South Africa. What were some of your highlights? Some people have mentioned the Manie Lebok no look pass to Arendse against Scotland as one of a memorable match, and of course Mapimpi matching up to Reinach against Romania, just to name a few. What were some of your highlights?
I must say, Nati, that no kick by Manie Lebok was absolutely amazing. It was that sticks in my mind. The Peter Steph du Toit getting man of the match in the final, and 28 tackles, and just the way he tackled and everything was just amazing. Pollard, the way Pollard He was injured. He got a call up after Malcolm Marx was injured, and he came into the team and didn't miss a single kick. He kicked. I mean, it's unbelievable the pressure he's under, and you know, it's just a mindset as well. You think these guys would be under so much pressure to go and win these matches, represent the country, but it's just their mindset. They see it as a privilege, you know. It's something completely. They see it as a privilege. They got an opportunity to really lift the spirits, and so there's so many. But I think to actually answer your question, there's so many highlights when you see Siya's leadership, Faf de Klerk, this little Cheslin Colby, the way he puts his body on the line, Jesse Creel. There's been so much. But I think it's the teamwork. It's a stronger together. And it's not just the 15, it's the 23 on the field. It's the 33 in the squad and all the management. The highlight is this squad, the stronger together, the way they are so strong together for themselves, that brought them victory and brought them the trophy, and how strong they are for us as well. You know, they must be so tired, but they're doing this victory parade. KwaZulu-Natal tomorrow, East London on Sunday. They really are. They are such an inspiration and amazing.
Yes,
they also a bunch. You know, everyone always goes on about the Springboks being these really big guys. There are quite a few small guys there. Faf de Klerk, who's in his underpants now. I don't know if you can see his underpants holding the trophy. He's a small guy. Cheslin Colby small, Kirkley Orange is short, Dion Fourie, Kwagga, they're not really big guys, they're small guys with these huge hearts. And there we have Cheslin Colby and Faf de Klerk holding the trophy, just to pinpoint you know, the thing that I'm telling you about how small they might be in stature, but the huge hearts they have.
There you have it, Cheslin Colby, of course. Being a favorite here in Cape Town, I'm sure the little kids in Bonteheuwel will be extremely excited to see him there. We have him having his moment, lifting up that trophy. I mean, of course, we've been seeing some of the team members that have been sitting in front of the bus just coming out and taking turns, coming out to the back of the bus. Kolisi trying to keep, you know, the energies alive, and of course very innovative ways of watching the box. There we have somebody on a pole. I hope he will be safe from that pole, but that's exactly what today means, right? Any chance, any opportunity to watch, you know, the men of the moment, you will take. We've seen other people on rooftops just catching a glimpse of their favorite players. But this is the moment, right, Craig? This is a significant moment for the country and for the people of South Africa. This is what sports is all about, you know, supporting your team. And when they come through, you celebrate. I mean, the love is just incredible.
Yeah. The love and the energy is there. I think, you know, even if they'd lost if they'd lost a game, you know, the way they put their body on the line, you know that they're always going to give of their best. You know, they will never die fighting. They always fight till the end, and that's why we won by this 1 point each time. So really amazing. I just, you know, Funati, I was here in 2019 with this victory parade. I just don't want it to be temporary, because it is a temporary thing. I hope we can bottle it. I hope we can all learn from the Springboks. We can learn about energy, about synergy, about working together, about common goals. And at the end of the day, I really hope our politicians and our leaders, that they learn from the Springboks. I mean, it's some of the corruption and millions and billions. We want the poor to be better off. We want people to have jobs. We want people to have homes. I sincerely hope across the political spectrum that all the politicians, all the leaders in South Africa will learn from the Springboks, that it doesn't go wasted, you know, that they can, because they can't sort out the problems, they can. And I really hope that it's not another wasted moment, that they will learn from the Springboks. And imagine if we could love the politicians and the leaders the way we love the Springboks. Geez, we would have a beautiful country.
It's inevitable that we will speak about politics as we are speaking about sports. But Craig, we were talking about, just those highlights, those moments during this World Cup. I'm also reminded about, when Oxenje came on against England, and that's where everything changed. The game simply changed. How remarkable was that for you? All right, I seem to have lost Craig, but as you can see there, of course, the Springboks are making their way now to Bonteheuwel. They are currently leaving Langa. It's been a slow ride, across Langa, just given the sheer amount of people lining the streets here to greet the Boks. Let's go to Mariska, who's been waiting patiently with some of the community members there. Mariska, I'm sure everybody is waiting in anticipation, because any moment now they will be coming through, those streets of Bonteheuwel, making their way to Jakkersvlei Avenue. Just talk to us about what the feeling is now at the moment.
Actually, the moment has arrived because the bus is here.
Yeah.
We had a little messenger on the bike come tell us that they saw them down at the garage. They're coming, and they saw Cheslin Colby, because we've established that Cheslin Colby is the man of the hour in Bonteheuwel. We don't lie. But these youngsters were excited to talk to us, guys. They're right there. Yeah. How does it feel?
We're excited, man. We're excited. First of all, we're very excited to be here today. I just want to say thanks for coming here. Not the other part of Cape Town. And thank you, man. We're excited, man, to see all the Springboks, the Springbok players for the second time. I can remember that they were here 2019, but they were on the N2. And then we were like running on into like crazy, but we're in our place today.
Now they're close to your home. What is that like?
Oh yes, we're excited. That's the whole thing.
This is our little messenger. He came by with his bike to tell us they're around the corner. How do you feel? You saw Cheslin Colby and told us.
I feel happy about seeing them here. On the bus, I ran quick. As soon as I saw them, I ran back.
Yes. And then you came to tell us. And how did you feel when you saw Cheslin?
I felt very excited.
Yes. Who else is excited here?
Yeah, as you can see, Cheslin Colby, one of the greatest rugby players that you can find in the world.
Why? Why? Tell us why.
The way he plays, his tackles, his on form, everything he does, is just the best.
Do you play? Do you play?
I play. Yes, I play.
So what is it about his technique?
His technique, his stepping,
yes,
his defense,
yes,
his offense, everything he does.
Basically everything.
Just amazing. Everything is the best.
Amazing. Cheslin Colby is number one in Bonteheuwel. Now tell us, young man, how do you feel? Come chat to us. No, he's shy. Yeah. Here's another youngster. How do you feel about this moment?
I feel, I don't have words. I feel excited.
Tell us what's going on in your heart.
My heart is beating as fast as
tell us.
a Porsche with no brakes.
A what?
A Porsche with no brakes.
A Porsche with no brakes. That's the excitement here. A Porsche with no brakes. That's the excitement here. I'm going to ask my colleague Josh Sharrock to just show you. There in the distance, the lights are flickering. There's the bus, guys. There's the bus. They are very, very excited. Are you ready for the bus? There they are. Tell us.
We are waiting for Ashley Colby. We're waiting for the bus. We know 50 Clark is the most best player, number 9. South Africa.
50 Clark. Okay, yes, ma'am.
Let me tell you, I'm not telling you a lie.
Yes.
While everybody was in the house, I went outside.
Yeah.
And I was start praying. You know what I said? I said, Lord, you already knew who's going to win, man.
Yes.
But we're putting it in your hands.
Yes.
And then I start counting the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the minutes down. And when they said this, when the ref blow that whistle, I jumped. I said, yes, Lord, you can do that.
There you are. Yes. Okay, stand back a little bit for us. Tell us. Do you see there in the distance? Have a look there. Have a look there. Huh? How does that feel?
I feel good.
Yes. So what you gonna do when they come? It feels like a summer, mama. You heard one young man telling us here, it's like a Porsche with no brakes, the excitement. Here in Bonteheuwel, here they're coming, the young man yells there. Yes, we can see them. Wow! Finally, Bonteheuwel was last on the list, but finally, the moment has arrived. I must just say, along the way on the N2, I haven't seen this in the longest, well, the last time I saw it was 4 years ago. Along the N2, cars are parked along the N2. People are hooting, shouting. There's one big, wonderful party taking place here in Cape Town. But I'm going to let you enjoy this moment with the people of Bonteheuwel now as they watch their heroes arriving. Does she want to say something, sir?
Hi there, welcome to Bonteheuwel, my grandkids. She just told me there's a lady on the TV.
Some SABC supporters here as well, not just Cheslin Colby. But there they are, the Springboks are in the distance. Thank you for your time, sir. There they are in the distance. Guys, look over there. Look over there. Yes, they're here. Just enjoy it with the people of Bonteheuwel, because here comes the heroes. Here comes the heroes. They have waited hours and hours and hours. Some has started lining the streets here since 12 o'clock this afternoon. But I think I'm going to keep quiet now and just let the excitement speak for itself.
The Springboks have arrived in their final destination in Cape Town. They've just arrived in Bonteheuwel again. Scenes, beautiful people who are excited, lining up those streets. Similar scenes that we saw earlier on in Langa. Of course, everybody just excited to greet their favorite Springboks. Mariska speaking there earlier on to just youngsters saying they can't wait to see their favorite. Of course, Cheslin Colby also being a firm favorite here amongst the youngsters. Similar scenes that we saw, of course, in Pretoria, where everyone was screaming for Faf de Klerk and Cheslin Colby. But there you have it, Bonteheuwel having their moment to meet their heroes. Support there, everybody screaming their favorite player's name, Siya Kolisi, captain of winning captain, I should say, double winning captain of the Rugby World Cup-Champions, just breaking out in dance and song and just celebrating this moment. As I was speaking to my colleague earlier, Craig, saying that they must be so tired, but it is this spirit of celebration that is really keeping them energized. To see such scenes must be electrifying and also, feel good. And that's exactly what they needed to see as everybody, from Pretoria, Johannesburg, Soweto, and now Bonteheuwel, earlier Langa, just celebrating the Springboks, saying thank you for winning the Rugby World Cup, not once, not twice, but 4 times, and of course back-to-back following the previous World Cup in 2019. Amazing, historic moment for the country.
wat ons weet nie.
Wat weet jy? Sê vir ons, sê vir ons.
Salut! Oh, that's gold! Well done, Bokke!
Ons is gaan get.
I know you are seeing this. This is amazing. This is a historic moment for the people of Bonteheuwel. I'm sure they can't even contain themselves in excitement.
Absolutely. And I must say, my colleague Josh Sharrock and I has been at it since 6 a.m. this morning. And he told me this morning he's getting emotional, and I'm there now. Because what we heard from the people here in Bonteheuwel, it means so much. To be able to be out in the streets and have a party, and they were telling us, they haven't seen some people for a very, very long time. So it was a get-together of some sorts. And I'm going to end it off where we started off. This gentleman of Bonteheuwel and his friend, they were so very, very kind to us. They looked after us here in Bonteheuwel. How does it feel?
I feel very proud today to stand here as an ex-Bonteheuwel resident.
Rugby Africa.
Yeah, as a resident.
Yeah.
I never saw something like this in Bonteheuwel.
Yeah.
Bonteheuwel is my hometown, and to all the supporters, we love you. And a shout out to my daughter Bronwyn, Malcolm, Deleen, and the rest of the family.
And when you saw the Boks now, you waited since 12 o'clock. What was that
I'm
like?
fainted now, man. I'm really fainted, man.
Luckily you had a stick.
Yeah, I had a stick. Yeah, with the gun in. It's a gun stick. Thank you.
But Stephen, you want to tell us something? Stephen was so kind to us as well. Stephen, hoe dit vir jou gevoel? Uiteindelik het dit
Dit was 'n belewenis in 'n leeftyd. Ek glo nie ons gaan dit maar gou weer kry nie, maar ons geniet elke oomblik daarvan. Ons is al van 12 uur hier en is nou hoe laat? 25 voor 5, dit was die moeite werd, dankie.
Dankie, Stephen. Stephen telling us there when we arrived here, they were the first people who chatted to us. Yay! I'm swamped by excitement. Wait. Okay, this young lady is going to give us something. Yes, my darling, what do you want to say?
Well done, Bokke.
And what was it like when they came past? What was it like when the bus came here?
I was proud and was excited. Yeah.
Explain to us how you felt here.
I feel like I wanted to jump on the bus.
And if you happen to get on the bus, what were you going to do on the bus?
I'm going to go with him.
Okay, she was going to go with the Bokke if she managed to get on the bus. Another young man told us he's actually going to tell the driver to stop and get on. I don't know if he made it though. But certainly the GSC in Bonteheuwel showed the Springboks that they too love them dearly. And it was a great day for the people of Bonteheuwel here. They had to wait the longest out of everybody now. You had to, the whole day. But they enjoyed it the most, no? You enjoyed it the most. Yes. How did you feel, sir? Tell us, how did you feel?
Very happy. I was here all day. I was very happy to see Siya Kolisi. Well done, Boks. Yes, we won the cup. Thank you.
That's and for you, sir, come join me here. Hello, sir. Please come talk to us. What was it like to see the new world champs here in Bonteheuwel?
2019 was fantastic, but this just takes the cake. And this year was so well planned, and till the last minute we're fighting. And this is what Bonteheuwel, has become now. From those days till now, we have respect now in Bonteheuwel. Yeah. So.
What you say it means more this time around? I happen to agree with you. What this team? What do they mean to you as a South African, but also a resident of Bonteheuwel?
It means, fighting. We're coming through a difficult time in Bonteheuwel, and just this uplifted our spirits, and as a community we can now, find peace here. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Hang on. Okay, here's another supporter. I must say, I'm so impressed with the girls. There's so many girls here as well. You see that I'm being swamped by the fans here. And it's the girls. It's the girls. Hang on a moment. Let's talk to the gentleman here. Let's give him a chance.
I love you, Chesney Colby. I'm a role model.
Okay. Thank you guys. And you spoke to us now. Okay. Tell us your last message to the world.
Thank you, look at your arm. I'm your role model. I love you. Just let go, man. I'm your role model. Come on.
Jason Colby, the man of the match. I believe the man of the match.
Okay, wait. I believe we've got the future commentator here. Come chat to us. Thank you, sir. Just stand here, our young man here. You were talking about Jason Colby. I was trying to figure out the whole day. What is it about Jason Colby?
Goes into the bus.
What is it about Jason Colby?
Because Jason Colby is the best guy in the world. Because
why do you say so?
Because Jason Colby is the best guy in the world. I say like
he's the best guy in the world.
Because he's the man of the match. In the poker, in the mock poker, he's the man of the match.
He's got a future.
And my pimpy.
He's the smartest wing ever. He knows what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. Let's go, Boka! Okay, thank you guys. One last one.
There was no load shedding for a week. Thank you, Boka. We love you, Boka. Support the boys. We love you, Boka.
You gotta give the man his dues. We didn't have load shedding. I think we're done. Back to you in the studio.
All right, from being tackled on the field to being tackled on the field of journalism, that is Mariska Botha there for us, of course. Fantastic reporting from all our journalists who are on the ground, giving us this rolling coverage of this momentous occasion for the Springboks, of course. Day 2 of their 4-day trophy tour. They're now in Bonteheuwel. They were started off in Parliament this morning, through to the CBD, in Langa, and now finally on their last stop in Cape Town. Of course, tomorrow they will be in Durban, followed in KwaZulu-Natal, and followed by East London in the Eastern Cape on Sunday. Let's go back to Mariska now. Of course, Mariska, the excitement is palpable. I think I have said that many a time.
Yes, absolutely. It's palpable. And the excitement is on top. Let's quickly chat to this young lady here who says Team Friday. Why are you so excited?
Because the Bokies won and they made us proud, Mos. We are so proud of them. So proud. Go Bokie!
Yeah.
Go Bokie! Where was our young man with the vuvuzela? Dankie meneer. One of the first gentlemen that greeted us here, Brian, is on his way. Thank you very much. Who else is going to chat to us here? Who else is going to say something here? You're going to tell us something. Right. What was the best part of your day?
The best part of my day was that the Booker did win and they made us proud because they did win. We almost lose, but we made it.
We made it, huh? What was it like, tell me, to watch those games?
To watch this game, it was excitement, but I was like, I said go Booker because we had 11.
It was stressful, huh?
Yes.
You were also stressing.
Yes.
But it paid off because in the end, who came past here? Who came past here? The Boka. Everybody just wants to say the word Boka because there's magic in it. This young man too. Let him be the last one to chat to us. Tell us.
They made our day today.
Why did they make your day?
Because they won. Every time they won with 1 point, but they made it. As long as they made it, go Boka!
That's true. 1 point is all that matters. 1 point is all that matters. You heard it here. If the youngsters can understand it, so us do the same. I'm getting wings. I'm getting wings. Nice.
Fantastic. That was incredible, Mariska. Thank you so much for that. Of course, Mariska's spirit is also matching that of the people here on the ground in Bonteheuwel in Cape Town. Of course, it's been excitement the entire day. The Boks have been on their feet, you know, just waving to the crowd, breaking out in song with them, you know, showcasing that fantastic and well-deserved trophy. There you have it. I mean, it doesn't get better than this. The excitement is palpable. You can feel it, I mean, across, not only in Cape Town, because we saw similar scenes yesterday in Pretoria, in Johannesburg, and the CBD, as well, of course, as in Soweto. Many people of all ages coming out to greet and thank the Boks. You've heard it from people as young as 8 years old saying that watching the Rugby World Cup was stressful, but it has all culminated in this fantastic win, you know, in a historic way. I mean, you can see it in the faces of the Boks, even though they are tired. The Springboks are world champions, Rugby World Champions 4 times, and of course twice in a row from the 2019 win. Siya Kolisi there, the man of the moment, being a double winner as captain of the Rugby World Cup. Fantastic scenes as well as a great victory. There you have SABC News bringing you the very latest in all angles there. Of course, our teams are on the scene across the city. We've been doing a fantastic job there. Mariska Botha, Craig Murray, as well as Coben August. And we will continue to bring you this 4-day trophy tour. As we said, that it is continuing throughout the weekend. Durban on Saturday, East London on a Sunday. Craig, you can see these scenes, right? I mean, this is the last leg in Cape Town. And as tired as the Springboks are, Craig, I can imagine the excitement is also just on another level. I mean, it is really matching that of the crowds on the ground.
Absolutely amazing, and it's like we've been here for hours. You're just losing yourself. We're getting a bit tired as well, but it's surreal. It's absolutely surreal to see all the joy and the smiles on people's faces. Yeah, it's a day that they will remember. The day the Springboks came to Langa, the day they came to Cape Town, and the day they came to Bonteheuwel. I think the phone's cut out.
So, Craig, of course, you know, you were telling us that 2019, the tour was a little bit longer. It was 7 days. And now we have, you know, 4 days where it will wrap up in East London on Sunday. Of course, I don't think the people of Gqeberha were quite pleased with that, because many of them, particularly those of Zwide Township, wanted to see Siya Kolisi, particularly because, you know, he is from Zwide, and they were quite disappointed.
It's absolutely amazing. You know, Siya is the big star, but as we're going through this, as we're going through this area of Bonteheuwel, this is where Cheslin Colby from the Kraaifontein, Balmore area. So Cheslin has played quite a big role here. He's grabbed the trophy. Siya's just popular all over the place. It's absolutely amazing to see people standing, walking. We've got quite a problem. We're just behind the bus, and we've got to be very careful. We've got kids all in front of us, and it's been going on like this for hours and hours. Siya Kolisi's got so much energy, and I think the people, all these people, young and old, so many kids, I think they've had an amazing day. They would have hoped to have just had a glimpse of the heroes, but because there's so many people, it's moving so slowly that it's to their benefit. They're getting to see a lot of the Springboks. They're getting to see a lot celebrating and singing songs and dancing with Siya Kolisi, Cheslin Colby and the rest of the team. So they're going to leave here very, very happy indeed. And I think and I hope that's going to be the case for, you know, like it was yesterday in Cape Town, KZN tomorrow, East London. It's a pity that the Springboks couldn't go to more places. I know Gqeberha would have been very popular as well, but they're only human, you know, and I think SA Rugby have tried to do as much as they can, and there will be a couple of satellite visits later on in the year. But you just can't make everyone happy, but I hope that the people are getting some of the vibes, some of the gears watching on SABC.
But of course, we have the 15th of December as a holiday, so I'm absolutely certain that makes up for, not all the provinces getting to see the Boks and getting to be as excited as the other provinces that have been chosen. But the President Cyril Ramaphosa did hint, though, that there might be a second leg in 2024 of the victory tour. So we can only hope, because, I mean, you want to see as many people as possible just basking in this excitement.
Definitely, Unati, and I know they made their special efforts. They're not getting to Gqeberha, but they're special efforts to get to East London, because as much as they want to get all over, the Eastern Cape is been the lifeblood of a lot of black African rugby. There's been a rich history. There have been lots of great players that have played. You know, it's a myth that black African people don't play rugby. They survived during apartheid. They love their rugby. They just never had the opportunities, and I think that's so important. So many of the players besides Siya, there's Lukanya Am, there's Mzwandiri Stick. There's some wonderful players, and it'll be so wonderful if if we have lots and lots more Siya Kolisis and Lukanya Ams, Mapimpis, Makazolo Mapimpis. Once again, it's Rassie Erasmus. Before they had the quota system and targets, and often they would play black players, and they'd be on the bench, and they might get 5 minutes, and they knew that the coach doesn't really back them. But under Rassie Erasmus, he has empowered black, white, coloured, big, small. They all know they're part of it. They trust the coach. So it's been a complete change, and you don't even talk about quotas or the targets. It's just that there's so many players to choose from, and we wish we could do it with our cricket, with all our sports. Rassie Erasmus is, it's called the EPD, the early player development. So they actually identify these players at a young age. They nurture them, they track them, they follow them. There's no fluke involved, So it's wonderful, and a lot of sports can learn from that. It's just been an amazing day from the city, the CBD, the Cape Town city centre, to Langa, and now to Bonteheuwel. It's been absolutely amazing. I think the people are going to leave here very, very happy, and the Springboks, once again, credit to them. They still got the energy to keep going and to bring smiles on people's faces. The energy is just absolutely electric from the Springboks, from all these thousands and millions of supporters.
And I want to go back to what you have been saying, Craig, in terms of our past. I think it's very important so that we can appreciate why, when Siya Kolisi talks about diversity being our strength, it's important, because like you say, we come from a past where in the 90s particularly, black players did not have that kind of support. So it becomes even more important that we have these scenes, where the Springboks go to the Sowetos of the world, go to Bonteheuwel, go to Langa, and other areas in South Africa where, for a number of years, there was no representation. So I do think it is important that you mention that. And how significant then, is it that we also speak about the men behind or the teams of coaches behind the Springboks? Siya Kolisi paying a tribute to Jacques Nienaber when they landed, in South Africa following their win, saying that this is somebody who saw him and treated him as humanely as possible, which was great leadership. So let's talk a little bit about that, the strength behind the Springboks, which is found in the support staff as well.
Very much so. And I think, one of the lessons we can learn also is it's about mutual respect, When you treat people with respect, and that's something in South Africa with our past, maybe in the future, it doesn't matter who you are, what your bank account, they have so much respect for each other, the Springboks, the coaching staff, the players, so much open, honesty or authenticity as well. And maybe, if we can learn from them in our lives as well, to treat people with respect, that goes a long way. I would like to mention two people as well, Dinati. The one is Nelson Mandela again, Madiba, because at one stage, when we had the change of government, there was an attempt to try and do away with the Springbok, because it had these horrible apartheid, right-wing connotations, the Broederbond, and Nelson Mandela said no, the Springbok stays after the '95 World Cup. And I'll never forget when Madiba passed away. I was on the news beat, and I had to go and get John Smith was in Cape Town. I had to get all the Springbok captains. Morne du Plessis, one of the great Springbok captains, and who was manager of the '95 World Cup team. I didn't have to go to him. He actually came to me. He found me wherever I was. He came to me, and he said it's so important that he wanted to pay his respect to Nelson Mandela, because if it wasn't for him, maybe the Springbok emblem would have been done away with, like we have the Proteas and everything. So let's remember Madiba, and I'd like to remember Chester Williams as well. In 1995, Chester Williams was the only black player in the Springbok team. So as far as representativity, it wasn't good at all. But there's a guy here, his legacy lives on, Chester Williams. He left us at a young age. Kurt Lee Orenses from UWC, where Chester Williams was the coach. So his legacy lives on, and I can't remember all the names, but there are other players. James Small has moved on, and may all their souls rest in peace. Ruben Kruger, Joos van der Westhuizen, there's so many Springbok, Solly Chibalika, who have left us, and I'm sure if they're watching on the other side, they, like so many people, they'll be absolutely amazed what the Springbok emblem has become, a thing of victory, a thing of unity, and how the Springboks are really galvanized and united South Africa in 2023 now.
No, absolutely. I mean, just looking at how this team, some people actually saying arguably one of the greatest teams also that will be remembered for years to come. Just taking on that baton from the likes of, the Chester Williams, as you say, and, honoring that. And now you have as diverse a team as you possibly ever can have in rugby. And this is what they have done. They are now the 4 times Rugby World Cup champions, not without any difficulty, of course, as you say, Craig, but it's been a long time coming to this moment, and it's an incredible thing to watch. South Africans of all ages, as diverse as we all are, just coming together for this moment.
amazing. We're behind this, thousands and thousands of people. We got the bus. It's quite funny. You still got old Faf de Klerk in his South African, what do they, budgie underpants. The people love Faf. They love Faf. Cheslin Colby's holding up the trophy. It really is amazing, And Nati, after winning the World Cup in 2019, we knew that we had a good team. We had continuity. Rassie Erasmus was still involved. His very good friend Jacques Nienaber was the coach. But it was the draw. It was the draw. We had to play Scotland. We had to play Ireland. We then had to play France, England, New Zealand. It was the most difficult draw, and I was fortunate enough to commentate for the SABC the 2007 final in France as well, where we beat England, and it was a very lucky draw. South Africa hardly played anyone because France knocked out the All Blacks, so we didn't have to play the All Blacks, and England beat Australia, so. We had you still have to win the World Cup and take nothing away from the Springboks in 2007. But it was a much easier road. This has been the most difficult road ever. And geez, to win by 1 point, 29-28 against France in the quarterfinal. And then against England, 16-15 after being 9 points behind with 10 minutes to go. And then to win the final 12-11. It's just absolutely amazing that they physically and mentally were able to keep on going and to do that. It really is something special, like everything with the Springboks. Today is so special, but this was the most hard-fought World Cup that was ever won by any team. No team has had a more difficult path, which makes the victory all that much sweeter.
Absolutely, and I mean, as you also say, it was a difficult path. And, some of the team members actually also credit Siya Kolisi for his role that he played, which is an incredible one. And so there they are, the 4 times Rugby World Cup champions. And of course, we are going to continue to give you this coverage right here on the SABC News channel. From the SA Today team, though, it is a wrap from us. Thank you so much for watching. You will continue to see these visuals throughout the channel. All right, well, that's it from SA Today. From me, Unati Pakyash, and the rest of the team. Enjoy the visuals. Enjoy, of course, the parade there by the Springboks, the 4 times Rugby World Champions. From me, Kamnan.
We are continuing our live coverage of the Trophy Tour, the Victory Tour. I'm Frances Hurd. Welcome to the Full View. And with me in studio is Zai Khan, our esteemed sporting anchor. These are the visuals. We're staying on this lap now in Cape Town. And Zai, I guess it's safe to say that we are still happily afflicted with Bok fever.
100%, Francis. I mean, 200% actually. Let me get that right. It's a sea of green and gold, and it's not like Fashion Week has descended onto Cape Town, although we might ask about Faf de Klerk's fashion statement in his very colorful Speedo. But I tell you what, if you look at this scenes on display, the fans are absolutely joyous. You can feel like it's part public holiday. That's kind of the vibe, the G's, as only we know to bring here in South Africa. It's been an incredible scene to watch. This is like the mother of all Webb Ellis Cup trophies. Not the fact that it's just in the mother city, but you know what? Capetonians know how to bring it. And we've got our reporter, Craig Murray. He's at the scene. He's been at the scene for quite a while, enjoying every moment, taking it all in. And I tell you, it's a scene that's really jubilation throughout. No matter where you are on this planet, you are right behind this sea of green and gold. It's something that's unprecedented if you think about a sporting, event or a win. We've never seen scenes like this. Double World Cup champion Siya Kolisi, the captain, taking it back to back. Francis, I don't know what else we can say about the scenes except that I am feeling a little bit of FOMO, and that's not being in Cape Town at the moment.
Okay, don't be jealous, but Craig, you're there. You are able to soak this in, and do you think the team is tired, or are they being energized, reinvigorated by these scenes? I mean, looking at that, you would think this is one of the best protests or demonstrations in South Africa, but everybody's cheering and waving flags. Tell us what you're seeing and hearing, and give us a sense of what it's like to be there, Craig.
There's a lot of joy. There's a lot of joy. There's everything. It's like we've been stuck in a time warp for the last couple of hours with just thousands and thousands of people just walking behind the bus, and it's a very slow pace. I'm not quite sure where the Springboks are meant to end up. I know they're going to the airport and they'll fly to KZN later, but it's just millions of people, and the energy. I mean, Kolisi and his Chesden Colby, it's like they're just not getting tired. They just got this energy to keep going and going. Because it's so slow moving, it's actually really nice for the fans also, because I might say they're not paying anything, but they're getting their money's worth. If they thought they might just get a glimpse, the bus is going so slowly, and the people are just following it and following it. Siya's lifting the trophy, Chesden Colby's lifting the trophy. It's been quite a vibe. I think these thousands and millions of fans, they'll go home very happy tonight. I think they'll sleep well, and so will the Springboks.
And Craig, I mean, this must be a gift. This must be a gift to South Africans who couldn't fork out the required funds to go to France, to Paris, and watch them in action. But like you said, they're getting a real close-up view of their sporting heroes, seeing the cup, and it's going very slowly. Is everybody just loving it?
It's loving it. We're a little bit worried as well, because we're right behind the bus, so we've got so many of these kids just in front of the car, so there's always a little bit of worry and concern. So far so good. We have to keep hooting all the time, but it's a day that they'll remember, and they're getting a bit spoilt as well, because I was part of this victory parade in Cape Town in 2019, so there's some people who, this is a once in a lifetime. They've been really lucky. They had it in 2019, and now they're having it in 2023, and it's amazing where this could be. I mean, there could be so many of these kids, these boys and girls, could end up playing rugby for South Africa, or the South African women's team. This could inspire so many of these kids. Really, Siya Kolisi, to show that anything is possible. It doesn't matter where you come from. Have a dream. You can make your dreams come true. So it's absolutely amazing. I must say it's like non-stop, and it keeps going, and there's just more and more people, because that's the love for the Springboks. I mean, even I was excited. I was watching them on TV. It's great to be close. So you can imagine all these people. They've been watching it. Maybe a lot of them don't have television sets. They've been watching it in pubs or in taverns or wherever, and now they get to see the heroes on the open air bus. It really is an amazing experience for everyone.
Craven, there's also cultural significance. If you look at, in your view, what does this World Cup win mean for us South Africans? Because it feels like it goes beyond the realm of sport.
It does, it shows that, we don't always, that we are very resilient people. We face adversity, we face tough times, and we come through, and often we got a great sense of humor. We got all this different cultures, all this diversity, but we have a great sense of humor. South Africans have a great sense of humor. Sometimes it's better to rather laugh than cry. But I said it early on, and I don't want to get all political, but the Springboks can lift our hopes. They can inspire our nation, and they're always doing it because we live in a beautiful country, but a country with problems. But they are not going to solve the problems. I really hope that the Springboks inspire all of us, all the supporters, but the politicians, all across the spectrum, all the politicians, all the leaders. I hope the Springboks inspire them and do something to them, because they're the ones that can help sort out our problems, sort out our unemployment, sort out the poor people, you know, electricity, whatever. I really hope that that this will be a lesson, because otherwise we've had these moments and then they get lost in time, and when it comes to 2027 our country's in trouble and they need to play for, you know, the Springboks have done their bit and they've done so much. We need our politicians and our leaders to follow suit and to lead properly. I said it early on, imagine if all these millions of fans and supporters loved our politicians and leaders the way they love the Springboks. We would then not only live in a beautiful country, it will be a beautiful country for everyone to live in.
So, Craig, you're picking up on something that a political analyst has written about, and we will be speaking to Professor Tinyiko Maluleke, saying that Siya Kolisi is the president that we have never had, talking about what other leaders, what politicians can learn from this captain. And certainly he has made it about more than rugby. He's made it about hope. But first, let me tell you what our question of the day is, because we'd love the comments from you, our viewers, and we're asking exactly that. What can South Africa's leaders learn from Siya Kolisi? Craig, if you can still hear me, do you agree? So he said it's about hope. And he really seems to be a man on a mission, trying to impart something with the win, trying to inspire South Africans. It seems like that sort of energy, that inspiration to inspire others is still there, looking at him and all the team players on the bus.
You're spot on, Francis. You know, I got to know him really well when he was just the Stormers captain before he became the Springbok captain, and he's just such a humble guy. You know, he's humble, and he's a very shy guy. He's obviously got a lot of experience from doing all the stuff that he does, but I don't think that's his. It's just being part of a leader, you know, that he has to step up to the fore and be an example. And I would love him to get into politics. I don't think he's going to do that. But just an amazing ambassador, leader for South Africa. You know, and they're all different. Siya, he doesn't go on about it that much, but he's a deeply religious. He's a devout Christian, and that really helps him stay grounded. You know, there's no ego. He can just be himself. He's been through so many lows. He's grown up hungry, not always, you know, coming from really humble an upbringing. So I think, you know, it's amazing. I thought that in 2019 when we were going to win the World Cup, because we smashed England, and I thought, oh, I wonder, I've seen so many sports people and their heads get big, and I just thought, no, you don't. I don't have to worry about Siya because he's so grounded. And now he's gone and won it again, you know, back to back. So absolutely amazing. I'd love him to do one for the team and one for the people of South Africa, maybe getting to politics, but maybe that's a bridge too far.
A bit too far indeed, Craig. I have to say that sums up the unity and diversity that represents this incredible Springbok team, and the leadership, like you've expounded on Siya Kolisi, and it leads all the way to the rest of the players. You can feel that energy from their captain. So it's incredible to watch the beautiful scenes. And of course, there's Faf de Klerk. I mean, what can we say about Faf de Klerk that hasn't already been said about his fashion sense and that brief moment we get to see him in that Speedo.
So Zah, I mean, it's incredible to see. I think they were young people. I hope they were young people sitting on a huge sign, and there were quite a few of them perched precariously on top of that sign. Let's just listen in to the sounds that you would be hearing if you were one of those Boks players on the bus, and just give you a sense of what it's like to be there with some audio. Let's listen in.
Well, we've seen the fans swinging from the street lamps there, Francis. Heard grandmothers blowing the vuvuzelas like there's no tomorrow, and the children out on the street. Was it a public holiday today in Cape Town? Because that's what it feels like. That kind of atmosphere is where, you know, Craig Murray is right there in the thick of this beautiful hug. That's what it feels like. It feels like a national hug, this entire event, Craig Murray.
Africa ain't for sissies though, so during all the pandemonium there's so much joy and happiness, and now we're going to be getting on the highway and getting towards the airport, but it's been such a snail pace with so many people in the road. But as we going towards the airport and getting on the highway, we're not quite there yet. They're just people lined along the road. The Springboks, even Siya is having a little bit of a break. But there's so many smiles and faces. They're even smiling and waving at us to our satellite van. Maybe they want to be on TV. But there's a lot of joy, a lot of elation. It's going to be a day that they remembered. And as I said, they're pretty lucky. It was something similar in 2019, and it's pretty special in 2023. And hopefully there'll be some more to come in 2027 and beyond. Maybe we'll end up being the real kings of World Cup rugby, and we'll just keep on dominating. Although I'm sure there'll be a couple of other countries like New Zealand who would want to have a say in that.
All right, yeah, keep safe there, like Craig says, Zai, the kids running close to the vehicles. Hopefully everybody is safe and sound. It does seem to be that way. And like you said, a national hug. Like Craig said, if only leaders could inspire this sort of outpouring. And we are asking you the question of the day: what can South African leaders learn from Springbok Captain Siya Kolisi? He certainly has been inspirational, and so is Faf du Plessis, who we saw there in his Speedo. And I saw women throwing things at the bus and receiving those back. I'm not sure what that was, but we'll continue to follow this trophy tour, this victory tour. We'll try and keep it in a block for you and dip in to these incredible scenes that continue across the country.
I mean, Fran, is it even a victory parade if Faf de Klerk doesn't show off his briefs? Come on, you know, it's not. And you can see he's bold in his fashion statement as he is on the field of play.
Yeah, he did not disappoint. All right, let's take a short break. We'll be back with more on the full view. In fact, we're not going to take a break. We'll get into the news, and we're already receiving comments from you. Thank you for that. Remember, the question of the day is: what can South African leaders learn from Captain Siya Kolisi? Let's take a look. Kaz says, thank you, Mariska Buerta. And of course, she's also reporting from the scene. Your interaction with the children and people in Langa and Bonteheuwel was wonderful and captured the spirit and joy and unity. Thank you for that recognition. We all agree. That was wonderful reporting from Mariska.
Moses says they can learn the leadership skills, how to bring the nation together, black and white.
Sekwati, Abacheni, Tobela, good evening. Baratiwa, be yourself, humble and work hard and think about a person next to you. Don't forget when he once said, I also recognize people who are watching from taverns. That shows that he doesn't forget where he comes from. Another ode to Siya Kolisi.
Puti goes, honor, selfless, love for his country and the people of his country, unity and social cohesion and inspiration, a voice for the less privileged, a true South African.
Sidwell, Francis, the man is not selfish and his humility is evident. He talks about building a better tomorrow for the younger generation, but our leaders are happy to take selfies with him. And if you ask them what he said in Parliament, many won't have an answer. All right, thank you for those views. Keep them coming. Hashtag full view or the WhatsApp line. What can leaders in South Africa learn from Siya Kolisi and the team? We take a short break.
There's always a chance. Tiny spark will remain, yeah. And sparks turn into flames. Whenever you call me, I'll be there. Whenever you need me, I'll be there. I'll be around.
It was just big bomb.
A bomb or something exploded.
It's very hard to ascertain exactly the extent of the damage and, more importantly, the cause of the damage.
One